I drink gin all day. People say it's bad, but I don't care what they say. They say that my channel's a farce, but they can all go kiss my ass. No nonsense gin drinking. All gin, no nonsense.
Hello gin lovers, welcome back. I'm Bobby Freeman and today, my friends, I am officially excited, which as you can probably tell by the way I'm hammering my desk. I'm trying to get the phone cover to go over, but it hasn't quite done it yet. For today, my friends, we have the return, a new incarnation of an old classic gin on the show, and it goes by the name of this. Drumshanbo Gunpowder Irish Gin with Sardinian Citrus. Now, many of you have commented on the old classic, its younger brother, this one here. Probably one of the most beautiful gin bottles ever made, because this is a very popular gin, and rightly so, because it's a really good one. And for a long time, they didn't do anything else. They just stuck to this one. As good as it was, to be honest, they didn't really need to make another one because it was so good. However, I'm so excited today because, as I say, it's one of my most watched videos, one of my most commented on videos, so I'm very much looking forward to trying this little fellow for you today. Now, as you know, I usually like to read from the website. However, this is one of those strange ones where you go on the website and there's nothing about it at all. I don't know if it's a limited edition or anything. It doesn't say anything about limited edition. However, so I had to sort of trawl the internet, and I went on a different website called Master of Malt, which gives us a little bit of information about it. And of course, it is from Ireland. It gives me a lovely opportunity to do me wonderful Irish accent. Drumshanbo Sardinian Citrus. Irish gin with a twist of the Mediterranean deliciousness, here from the Drumshanbo range. This expression features a selection of botanicals, including the familiar gunpowder tea from the original expression, alongside Sardinian citrus fruit, Citrus monstruosa. And just in case you didn't know what that was, it's one of the rarest citrus fruits in the world. In fact, it only grows in Sardinia, so it does. And it brings a subtle, fruity, zesty sweetness to the gin, making it perfect for summer sipping. Now, if like me, you're wondering what this Citrus monstruosa is, I did a bit of Googling. Apparently, it's just like a great big lemon the size of a grapefruit that, only grows in Sardinia, and it's a bit knobbly and not very attractive. So there you go, a bit of education on this show as well. So I think we've talked about it enough. Let's crack on, get the old top off. Now, this looks like it's going to be a tricky one. Now, the question is, can I talk a load of old bollocks, as we say here in the UK, long enough for me to get through this rather tricky and stubborn packaging here? I'm starting to run out of words now. I think I'll probably last a few more seconds. I'm starting to get a little bit worried. Hang on, no, I've broken. I made up a word, but I got there in the end. There we go, my friends. And beautifully and suitably, it has a cork. So we know what that means, me friends. Me friends? It's the Irish cork test. The Irish cork test. So then, it is a rather tiny cork here. So we're not expecting huge things. Maybe a high-pitched cork test. So we'll go for a squeak first of all. Nothing high-pitched about that at all. In fact, there is zero pitch. So we'll go for a full pull. Here we go. Oh, I tell you what, for the size of the cork, that's very impressive. Much louder than I thought. But of course, we know, I almost forgot what we were doing then. But of course, we always know on this show. We all know on this show. It doesn't matter. It's just a bit of fun. So then, let's get a load of this fella, shall we? Now, it's a very good pour of this. Can you see that sort of, I want to call it a flange, if that's not too unpleasant a word, but that kind of splayed out bit at the top of the bottle there, that makes for very good pouring, and you waste virtually nothing. Well, completely nothing, in fact. Anyway, so I remember the old Drumshanbo was really heavy in the aroma sort of area. So I'm guessing this is basically just a lemony version of that. So let's go in for a smell. Here we go. Oh, wow, it does not disappoint. It's kind of, it's got all that kick and crackle and firepower of the last one. But as you'd imagine, very lemony, but it's kind of lemon. I always struggle with this word, lemony, not lemoniny as I always want to say. It's lemony, but not quite as we know it. There's something slightly alien about it. Imagine a sort of extraterrestrial sort of lemony smell, and you'll get sort of an idea of what I'm talking about, although that does sound like a load of old, well, to use the phrase again, bollocks. But it's combined with a kind of a hefty spiciness and a tickly pepperiness as well, which I remember from the previous one. Let me just smell that just to sort of refresh my memory. No, this was way better. Oh my God, yeah, it almost stings. It almost stings the, what's the middle bit of the nose called? I want to say the philtrum, but I think I'm probably wrong. Whatever it is, it stings that little bit. Anyway, I've gabbled on way too long, my friends. Let's make a gin and tonic. Get it in there. About that much, I reckon. What ABV is it? It is 43. What was that compared to the old one? That was 43 as well. No change there then. So I say to all my, as I always do at this point in the show, thank you to all my patrons and my YouTube members and the people that click on the little heart button down there, which is the super like or thanks or something, because you are all literally paying for this gin on the show and keeping this show going. I say to you all, and indeed everybody else, this is Drumshanbo Gunpowder Irish Gin with Sardinian Citrus. Good Lord, I say cheers. We got there in the end. Oh, mother of all things. Just, I don't know what I'm talking about. As you can see, I was a little bit lost for words there, but I'm telling you what, do you know, I haven't actually drunk this one for a long time. I remember it being super powerful and kicky and spicy, but I tell you what, that is a very, very refreshing refreshment of my tasteful memory. Okay, let's try and convey this to you then. I seem to remember this one. I described it as fireworks going off in the mouth, and it's definitely retained that, which probably should do because I'm pretty sure it's the same gin just with a bit of lemon in. So as soon as it hits the tongue, it kind of crackles a little bit and fizzes as it gets on there. It's kind of, like I say, in the way, same way it stung the bit in the middle of the nose, which I'm not sure what it's called. It kind of does the same to the tongue. It's a lively gin. And basically, it's kind of, if you ask me, it's kind of what this gin should have been all along, because the lemoniness, there I go again. The lemoniness just works absolutely fantastically, and it's, as I say, it's an otherworldly lemoniness. Yeah, lemoniness. An otherworldly lemoniness, but kind of weaves itself in totally naturally, almost like it was almost there. I think if someone served me that, I'd probably, because I haven't had this for quite a long time, I'd probably think, oh yeah, I tell you what, this is that Drumshanbo stuff, but it's a lot nicer than I remembered. And it was pretty nice in the first place. And to be honest, there's not much more going on, but really, you don't need much more than that. It's all working wonderfully. I wish I could describe how different this lemon sort of taste is. It's almost kind of a... imagine sort of lemon flavour, lemoniness. But there we go, lemoniness. But with kind of, it's going to sound a bit abstract, but kind of imagine it just having slightly more depth, slightly more three-dimensional than it is usually. Maybe a kind of a, that's the best way I can describe it, slightly deeper, sort of, that makes no sense, but well, it does to me. Kind of a more intense lemoniness, but not on the zesty end, more on the kind of the, I don't know, whatever the other end of the zesty is, but that's the best way I can describe it. And then it kind of finishes off with almost a kind of a herbiness note. Come on, Narissa. I've just seen Narissa out the door. Narissa, come here, come on, don't be shy. People love you in the videos. For those of you who don't know, Narissa's my girlfriend. Narissa, come and be in the video. Come this way, Narissa. Come on, call it. What? I've got shorts on today and she's mocking me. Come on, come in the video. Look at my, don't swear on my show. Look at my beautiful girlfriend. Isn't she lovely?
Hello, everyone.
Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Try a bit of this, see what you think.
What is it?
It's Drumshanbo, get near the microphone.
It smells very
with
nice.
Citrus, some kind of citrus. Here we go. What do you think?
That is very nice.
Oh, it's got the Narissa seal of approval. Thank you very much. Tick. There we go. You can tell she works in accounts.
Right, I'll leave you to it.
Okay, you do that.
Bye, everyone.
Bye-bye. Thanks, Narissa. Narissa, everybody! I have to put some sort of artificial applause over that bit.
Yes.
Anyway, back to the review. Let's try it neat, shall we? So once again, I shall be using my branded, extremely low quality, no nonsense gin drinking mug, which you too can own if you click on the button below this video, should you wish to do so. So here we go, going in neat. Ooh, whoa, oh, wow. Now that is a new experience. It kind of, weirdly, totally different animal than with the tonic. It's kind of, you get kind of a cold rush in the way you would do if you just put some minty toothpaste in your mouth. And I did not expect that at all. I can still feel it kind of tingling in that cold way across the roof of the mouth, which I don't know if I like it, but it's certainly unique and I've never had it before. And I think my neat gin drinkers out there, of which there are many, you guys should check that out because that's definitely a new sensation. However, I'm 100% in the tonic camp on this one. That is definitely, excuse me, a little bit gassy as well, as you can tell, but that is definitely for me 100% a gin and tonic gin. Although very interesting in the neat department, still the gin and tonic. So then, my friend, I've made a bit of a mess here. Let me try and rearrange everything better so it looks a bit neater. There we go, excellent. So what is this little fella going to cost you, I hear you ask? Well, I believe I've actually forgotten what it is. It's on here somewhere. Where is it? There we go. It is resting right in the middle of my sort of sweet spot bracket, which is £34.95, which I haven't worked out what that is in dollars. What's £34.95 in dollars?
It's 42 US dollars.
42 US dollars, there we go. And in euros?
The answer is 40 euros.
40 euros. So I would say, as you know, I say that's a mainstream gin now. This is available everywhere. Certainly that one is anyway. I wouldn't have, I don't know. I've gone the wrong way. It shouldn't pay more than £30. So it is a little bit higher than I do like to pay for mainstream gins. But I tell you what, if ever it was worth it, that is definitely, well, worth it. So guys, to sum up, I was so excited to try this because, as I say, it was a real old favourite, this one, and it's just beautiful. Everyone seems to love it. So I was worried they might kind of, if the old adage is if it ain't broke, don't fix it, and that most certainly wasn't broke. However, they fixed it anyway, and I can tell you now they've made it better. So much so, I would probably even bypass this one and just go straight for this one. As I say, I hope it's not a limited edition because it really deserves to be kind of what's the opposite of a limited edition? An ongoing edition. And if nothing else, they look rather pretty on the old shelf, don't they? Also, it's worth mentioning that this one was about similar sort of price, but only for a 50 CL bottle. They pumped this one up to the proper size 70 CL bottle, which I'm very pleased about because that's a sneaky way of sort of making a gin more expensive without seeming more expensive. So it's good news all round, and I suggest you go and buy it immediately. So guys, that's me done for today. I hope you've enjoyed this video. I've certainly enjoyed it. I know a lot of you always like it when Narissa comes in on these videos, so I'm sure you've enjoyed it a lot more than usual. If that is indeed the case, then please show that appreciation by liking the video, subscribing if you haven't already. Head over to the Patreon page to become one of my patrons, or press the join button below this video to become one of my YouTube members, or you can press the little tiny super thanks button down there to give me a minimal amount of monetary gesture. But until next time, guys, you all know the drill. Take care, stay safe. Thank you to all my patrons and members and the people that click that super thanks button down there. And of course, keep drinking the gin.